Hey guys, we're back. I'm Shane.
Zach. I'm James.
And we're back with Rick and Morty, Season 1, Episode 6. Guys, man, this is a hell of an adventure. What happened last time?
The Meeseeks happened last time.
Oh, Mr. Meeseeks. Look at him. Look at everything that happened.
The poor, unfortunate souls. That's what those are.
Yeah, you know, they're brought into existence to serve a purpose, like at the whim of whoever brought them into existence, to solve a problem. And they can't disappear until they solve that problem.
Unfortunately, they ran into their kryptonite named Jerry.
Given an impossible task.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I got to say this about Jerry. In the moment, the heat of the battle, he stepped up and he sunk the shots.
Yeah, he was clutch in that episode.
He was clutch.
He had good support, though. That's the only reason he came through.
No, you're right. So I just want to jump into the next episode. You guys ready?
Let's get started.
Let's do it now.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Jessica?
I remember the first time I saw her. I thought...
I should get her pregnant and then she'll have to marry me.
I beg your pardon.
You're growing up fast, Morty. You're growing into a real big thorn straight up into my ass. Listen, all right, Morty, I just gotta combine it with some of your DNA. Oh, well, okay. A hair, Morty. I need one of your hairs. This isn't Game of Thrones. All right. Hey there, Jessica. Whoa, oh, look, see?
Oh my god. Morty, you look really nice tonight.
Wow, thanks.
I love you, Morty. I love you so much it burns.
Oh, man. I got you.
Get the music going over there.
Oh, man, Morty. I'm really sorry. Oh, well, no problem, Brad. There's something special about you, Morty.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
I'm trying to be with my man.
It's enough, Bradley. We don't want you injuring your ball-throwing arm.
Oh, Principal Vagina.
Drag him away.
Let me go. I love you, Morty. Let go of me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
Not good.
I don't want to get sick. It's flu season.
It is?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Rip my clothes off and mate with me for life.
Good God.
Can we go somewhere more private?
I love Morty, and I hope Morty loves me.
I hate that look on the lips.
Good, man.
He just...
Feel him inside me.
The principal and I are discussing, and we're both insecure enough to agree to a three-way.
Good God.
What are we gonna do, Rick? It's gonna be fine, Morty. Relax. I whipped up an antidote. It's based on praying mantis DNA.
Well, it makes them all want to decapitate him.
Oh,
shit.
Wow.
Okay, well, sometimes science is more art than science, Morty. A lot of people don't get that.
I love it more than you do, Harold.
You wish, you stupid bitch! Morty's mine!
You wish, you stupid bitch.
Oh my god, Rick, the whole world is infected! Yeah, it's pretty wild how fast that spread. I've really outdone myself. Outdone yourself? Are you kidding me, Rick? How does that add up to a normal humanity? What, Morty, you want me to show you my math? I'm sorry, are you the scientist or are you the kid that wanted to get laid?
Just once, I'd like to know what it was like to give your son a bath.
What?
What does Morty's skin smell like? How soft are his privates?
Go with me, Devin!
Good God. He's like piggybacking on Mr. Jellybean.
Yeah.
You're not Morty.
No, I'm Mr. Crowbar. And this is my friend, who is also a crowbar.
That's stupid.
Thank God!
God? God's turning people into insect monsters, Beth. I'm the one beating them to death. Thank me.
Thank you, Jerry.
Just do it already. Well, technically, Morty, there's no rush. I mean, once it's fixed, it's done. It's fixed. We can just enjoy it for a little bit. Look at how crazy it is.
Rick is gonna be the best character. He's carrying the show.
What do we have?
Good God. It's like the Krang mutated in New York.
Hold on.
An episode where Jerry really shines.
Yeah.
I wish that shotgun was my penis.
If it were, you could call me Ernest Hemingway.
I don't get it, and I don't need to.
Boy, Morty, I really Cronenberg the world up, didn't I? Cronenberg. Whole planet of Cronenberg walking around down there, Morty. All I wanted you to do was hand me a screwdriver, Morty. That's what he wanted me to. And...
Shit, that scared me.
All right, Morty, here we are.
Oh my God, Rick! Is that us?
Holy shit.
There's an infinite number of realities, Morty, and in a few dozen of those, I got lucky and turned everything back to normal. I just had to find one of those realities in which we also happen to both die around this time. If I hadn't screwed up as much as I did, we'd be these guys right now. So, again, you're welcome.
What would the cops say? You know,
Well, never know.
we gotta call somebody.
Look at
Yeah.
Morty.
He really shook up.
It just took time to set in.
Yeah.
This is the end of the episode.
That was a great episode.
I mean, I wish we hadn't genetically ruined Cronenberg World beyond repair like we did, and turned everyone into regular, normal people just walking around. Don't you worry about that sort of thing, Cronenberg Morty. Let's go make ourselves at home, huh?
This changes kind of everything for Rick and Morty in a way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much is, I guess I don't want to say like what that means for the story, like what it will change episode to episode.
Right.
But he's living in a different reality.
Yeah.
Now that's not his own.
Yeah.
Him and Rick are not from that reality. Those really aren't his parents. Yeah. His old reality has been left behind. You know what I mean?
I think that's why Morty was so
Yeah.
zombified at the end. His eyes were so wide, is he just felt.
He just buried himself
Yeah.
and his grandpa.
Yeah.
Took their lives. He's gonna act like he's just gonna sub in. He's like the doppelganger, coming in like everything's fine. I just thought it was just a crazy thing.
Yeah, that had to be really, really traumatic.
Oh man, you laughed a lot, but laughed a lot, Zach, as well.
Oh my God, there were so many good moments that I
Yeah.
can't really stop and name them. It's just the show's fucking awesome,
I love it.
and
It's amazing.
Rick's moments throughout are fantastic. With
He's so funny because he's amazing, but he is flawed in a lot of ways.
well, he's so amazing. He knows so much that everything is trivial.
Mhm.
So
He's like Solomon almost. You know what I mean? He's so
well,
wise.
Ecclesiastes, right? So
Yeah.
everything's just nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
It's what it is, Morty. He's just
Yeah, and
he's
you
plowing through everything, and all Morty wants is a love serum
yeah.
to give to this girl. All that Rick wants is a screwdriver.
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who would have thought such a simple request for a love potion would turn into this complete debacle like it did? And one of the things I've noticed about Rick is whenever his family, and it's a common theme for the episodes, whenever his family asks him for something, he never says, no, that's a really bad idea. He just does it. In the previous episode, they asked about the, something to help him, and he gave him the Mr. Mason.
He kind of bitches
box.
and complains about it.
He kind of
but
bitch complains about it, but he does it.
Yeah.
And then all hell always breaks loose when he does that.
Yeah, and it wasn't really because of Jerry this time. Jerry kind of shined a little bit, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, actually, I thought about that in this episode, how he went through kind of Mad Max, killing these fucking mutants.
Yeah, like Jerry's potential in his original reality that our characters that we started in was he's predisposed to be a badass if he needs to be. If the world fell apart, he'd be able to.
He would shine.
He would shine.
He's like the Ulysses Grant of this world, because Grant was a failure, and then the Civil War happened, and he fucking skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what, Jerry is so, at the beginning, is so deluded in his marriage that he thinks it's fine. But towards the end, he turns around, like you guys said, is a total badass.
Yeah.
His wife embraces him. It was good to see Jerry in a different light, because normally it's not like it was in this episode.
but in the end, they were only happy because Rick and Morty were gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Wonder how many times our parents have said similar things.
I'll tell you what. I kind of moved out early, and then my parents, their lives seem much better.
Mine, they're married. Their lives weren't better until they were apart. So,
Yeah.
the kids, besides.
Yeah. There's 3 chemicals for love: phenylethylamine, oxytocin, and serotonin.
This is what all that means to me.
There's people who get tattoos of what the chemicals
Don't
look like.
fuck with me.
Yeah.
No, they do. They get like what the chemicals look like. I've seen it, but I always thought phenylethylamine was like the more important love bonding chemical. I thought oxytocin is what comes in after.
He and I are like,
Yeah, I'm lost, but I do remember him saying oxytocin.
so there's one in the,
I do
there's one
remember
here. That's 1. There's 1 here. And that's
Well-
2. And there's 1 here. And that's 3.
Yeah, but they also look like.
Well, good for you.
Well,
Reaction.
so the love potion had oxytocin in it.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it.
That's number
But
1
I-
or 2 or 3.
Well, phenylethylamine, oxytocin, and serotonin.
It's number 2. It's
Well,
a number 2.
Well, I'm not sure what order, what numbers which. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that like it's interesting that it was oxytocin. I thought all 3 were kind of important, and I thought oxytocin is like the bonding chemical. Like after you copulate and then you hug, and then these bonding chemicals take over.
Well, Rick even said it was a mistake to go with voles. You know.
It was a mistake. Yeah,
I mean, Rick made a lot of
I know.
mistakes.
It wasn't the vole. It was the mantis, right? The mantis. He said he made a mistake. He's like, what? Mantis being the opposite of the voles?
Well, I think he made a lot of mistakes. I mean, first of all,
he makes mistakes every
episode. But obviously the flu threw in a dynamic that Rick wasn't expecting, and that caused all hell to break loose. And it reminds me though of my childhood at the beginning when Morty goes to Rick, and he's so fixated on Jessica. He thinks she's the be all end all, and I'm sure you guys can relate as well. When you were kids, that you had just big crushes on certain women, certain girls. That you thought, this is the one.
Yeah, and if you got that one, you'd be saved.
You'd be happy forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel when they actually were transforming into these things, like some violent transformations?
It reminded me of the Krang mutations in the CG Ninja Turtle series.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you know the year.
Yeah.
I don't know the year of that series. 2012.
2012 was when it came out. Like I said, I saw like a little bit of the first season of Maokai. I know it was really good.
You know,
I just
spoiler
haven't seen it.
alert, they mutate everybody on the fucking Earth. They turn into these horrible things. And that's exactly
That's a hell of a spoiler, Zach.
yeah. Thanks for the spoiler.
You know.
It looked painful as hell. I know that. Excuse me. It looked painful as hell.
Well, I told you before it happened.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, I told you what happened. So.
It looked painful as hell, but I like the show. That the story is always deep because when they turned into the praying mantises, we all know that praying mantises eat their
mates.
Yeah.
So I loved that little piece of truth there because that's true. But a couple other things about this episode, and it always amazes me how it throws in these little things. Beth said in the middle of the episode when Jerry asked her, "Hey, do you love me?" And basically she got around to saying love is work, and love really is work. I think all 3 of us know that love really is a lot of work. So it's interesting how they throw little pieces of truth.
There's so much creative, like the art. There's so much creative expression. Yeah, I mean, the art communicates things.
Well, the art
so viscerally.
The art is a very simple style,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, that enables them in a way to express so much more in a fast pace.
No, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and it's like The Simpsons, and King of the Hill,
Yeah.
those kind of shows where they deliver so much with, a basic, I wouldn't say a basic or unskilled style,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a style that conveys a lot,
Yeah.
so.
So what was your guys' favorite and funniest part of this episode?
And for me, this was more like shock value. There wasn't like a lot of laugh out loud stuff for me. I think when people started spreading the flu virus around that, that was carrying the love potion.
Right.
Like the teachers and everything. Like coming out.
We're insecure enough to agree to a threesome.
Yeah, actually, like one of the first things that was said in the episode, Zach and I both laughed at it, was like, "This is your principal, Bishop Regina. Don't laugh. I'm still in charge."
Still in charge.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was like.
Then he said something about, what did he say? He's like, "If you have the flu, don't come." And then he said, "You don't bring babies to," what did he say?
I don't know, but
Passover.
In the Passover, I remember that. Yeah.
Dead babies.
Oh my god, that was awful, but it made me laugh.
The funniest part for me was when Rick asked for DNA and Morty unzipped his zipper. I mean,
I see the hair, Morty.
This is the Game of Thrones. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's kind of all I have written. What else? Do you guys have anything else to say? You have?
I mean, the only other thing I really have is, I just couldn't help but think of COVID during this virus spread. I really couldn't.
Oddly enough,
Yeah.
I kind of thought about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was almost like it was prophesized by the Rick and Morty writers. I mean, they didn't specify flu, but they said a really bad flu, and just kept thinking about the current pandemic during.
Yeah,
this
this came
episode.
out before the pandemic started,
Absolutely.
but we're watching it during the pandemic.
I didn't think about it at all.
No?
Not at all.
Not at all, man. It didn't even strike me.
It was a really good episode. Really enjoyable. It might have been my favorite episode so far, honestly. I love the pilot, but I think this might have been my favorite.
This was really good. There's a lot of great bits in a lot of the episodes. I know my favorite episode, and we're actually not there yet. But yeah, they're all good. Yeah, so that's what's so great about the show. There's not really any bad ones. They're just great ones and really great ones, I think.
Yep.
So far, so good.
I think that's it, guys. All right, so see you later. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rick and Morty. If you like us and you want to support us, just turn on the notification, like and subscribe, leave a comment on the bottom. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. If you have any tips, any improvements, any questions, we'll do our best to answer them, okay?
Not good.